Parental discretion advised.
And welcome back to What a Story. Today's guest is a Toronto comic. I'm probably going to screw up his name, so bear with me. Abhi Pamnani.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I tried.
Pretty solid, dude.
All right, so Abhi, what's going on? What's new with you?
Life's going good. I have a wife and a dog, and my wife wants a kid, so we're gonna work on that. The gigs have been coming in. I opened for a couple seller comics quite recently, so that was a lot of fun.
All right, so Abhi, how long have you been doing comedy?
I've been doing it for 4, and I'm in my 5th
4?
year now.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And what triggered the bug? What got you into it?
Hitting rock bottom in life is pretty good to do it. Like I started comedy 2 years after I started dating my wife. My wife now, my girlfriend at the time, and I was in a job that I absolutely fucking hated. And then we went and saw Russell Howard at Queen Elizabeth, and dude, that guy created magic that night. It was incredible. Like he had comeback, he had callbacks, and he took this guy's heckle, he weaved it into his set, and the audience was just they were loving it. And that's when I was like, finally, I was like, dude, you got to do this now, because if you don't do it now, you're gonna regret it later in life. You know,
Yeah.
my first dream, like my real first dream, was to be a pro tennis player. Like I had a junior tennis career. I was competing all over. And then, when you're a kid, especially when you're like a fucking brown kid, your parents control a lot of your life, you know? So that didn't work out. And then when comedy happened, I was like, look, you're an adult now. You got no one can tell you what to do. So just go for it and do the best you can, kind of thing. And that's there. So I produced 2 shows. One's with your local Hamiltonian guy, Ryan Visser. I produced a show with him. It's called Breakpoint Comedy. That's a tennis term, and I branded it around that, and I'm the only guy doing tennis jokes there. But the show is excellent. We book all headliners. Everybody on the show is a pro. The idea for Ryan and I was like we wanted to work with headliners and people that we aspire to be like, people who we think are stronger comics than us. And then the second show is more recent. I just started it with Thea Rainford. She's a very good comic from Toronto as well, and that's called Still Awake. It's a late night show. It's at 11:30 on a Friday at Comedy Bar, and that show is part stand up, part podcast. So like for the first 5 minutes, the comics come up, they do a bit of their act, and then the next 5 minutes is audience suggestions, which are anonymously submitted throughout the show. And then we throw them a suggestion, and then we all riff on it. And
that's cool. That's cool because you're combining like stand up with multimedia.
Yeah, that's the hope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's, how it is. Like, now I feel like stand up's also gone in such a different direction. It's almost sometimes more about how much content you can put out. And, so that show is a great way for us to generate fresh content while also keeping it stand up centered without just doing something that's cookie cutter on the internet. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
All right. So, what's your story?
Oh, okay. So I was a ball kid in 2007. I was a ball kid in 2007 in the Asian Games. This was in the Middle East, and I was like running around for all these great tennis players and stuff. And this was a 14-day thing. The Asian Games went on for 14 days, and I got fired on day 13.
For those who don't know, what's a ball kid?
Yeah. Ball kid is, so if you ever watch a pro tennis match, you'll see there are 6 kids standing on the court going. And this is an unpaid job, by the way. It's just so that you kids can have a chance to see your favorite tennis players. But tennis kids get hit with balls all the time, dude. Like 13. And the reason I got fired is we were in this shared sort of locker room space with other adult volunteers that was divided by, I want to say it was divided by one of those just temporary dividers that you see at a massage parlor or whatever. So that's what it was divided by. And this is the Middle East, so they're big on like prayer, and they're big on that. Apparently, it was prayer time, Me being ADHD, hyperactive, and keep in mind, I'm a kid in seventh grade at this time. Uh, I did not realize that. I did not know about it. But me and my friends, we were singing 50 Cent and just like, or like Candy Shop, and the words are in it, the swear words are in it. Like, so this guy, this, I guess he's another volunteer. Uh, he comes out, a super Muslim guy, big guy. He's like, who are these kids? Who was it? Who was singing those words? And everybody's like, well, that kid was doing it. And dude, he's like, who's your supervisor? I gotta talk to him. This is unacceptable. Like, it's prayer time, and you're doing this and that. And then I got fired. The supervisor comes in, he takes my badge away. And then for the rest of the day, by the way, because like the stadium was like an hour and a half drive away from my parents' home. So then I got to figure out what to do the rest of the day without letting my parents know that I've been fired from this unpaid job. So a buddy of mine, he would lend me his badge, and yeah, that's how I'd get my free ball kid meals for that day, because they had free meals for us. Yeah, yeah. And then he'd take his card back and he'd go in. And yeah, it was great. And the funniest thing is they fired me, but like after a couple of weeks, they sent me this heavy gold plated medal or whatever, like a fake gold medal, which all the volunteers got. Well, at least there's that. And they
That's
and they
cool.
and they spelt my name wrong on the thing, so that's it.
Well, okay, so that was a great story about getting
Yeah.
fired from a volunteer job. If anybody wants to follow you on social media, what's your accounts?
So it's Abhi Pamnani, ABHI, and then Pamnani, like Jim and Pam, so Pam, and then Nani, Nani. Just think of Pamnani as Mamdani. So Abhi Pamnani on Instagram, and then they can check out Breakpoint Comedy TO if they want to look at the show. Still, yeah,
All right, cool. All right, well, thank you for sharing the story and your time.
yeah,
And obviously,
yeah.
I'll
No,
see
thanks
you
for having
around.
me, man.
No problem. I'll see you around Toronto.
Anybody hate their fathers, by the way? Can I be honest with you? Here's the thing with immigrant parents. These fuckers are so mediocre, but they expect so much out of you. My teachers were like, hey, he's socially awkward. You gotta put him in sports so he can make friends. His genius idea was tennis. He's like, one friend, 90 feet away. One friend. My dad is 5'4". He's like, you gotta be a pro tennis player. I'm like, with what genes? I would go on the tennis court. This is his pep talk. He's like, you better have a good hitting session, otherwise I will. I didn't get a friend, by the way. The guy I played with on court was just a 40-year-old Filipino dude from his work. You ever meet your dad's friend from work and he looks and immediately tells the relationship in your house is not good? He's like, you gotta be an engineer and you're gonna marry an architect. I'm like, you don't let me talk to a woman, you idiot. You raised me in the Middle East. I barely know what a woman is.